To be an anarchist is not to respect authority?
No, I think to be an anarchist is to be critical of authority and to always examine
Where authority is just by definition.
Well, no, to always examine authority critically to see if it's legitimate.
Yeah.
And I think there are forms of authority that are legitimate, but you don't worship authority as a thing in itself.
Yeah.
I think that structures of hierarchy, if you give people complete impunity and power over others, it creates a psychological dynamic which is almost sadomasochistic.
Powerlessness is an illusion. It is not the natural state of the citizenry, but an internalized aberration. Institutions fail us. Corporations rob us. And still we continue to cede power to them. The issues that matter most fade into obscurity, discarded by those with their hands on the levers. Legitimate people undone by illegitimate power. And that's the key. Their power does not come from themselves or their institutions. It comes from the very people they disenfranchise. We've been knocked down, but there is reason for hope. A new vigilante rises in Gotham City, and he intends to help us stand back up. Gotham, Batman's home, is famously, infamously, host to a gallery of colorful rogues. But what suffocates the city tonight isn't Joker venom or two-faced coins. It's civil unrest. We see it immediately as the story opens. Citizens penning their grievances in the letters to the editor of the Gotham Gazette. Complaints range from absurd to dire. Dogs eating aliens, pollution in the Gotham River. But one letter draws the eye.
Dopes.
A mysterious robed figure, wearing a stoic golden mask and carrying a cane, gazes on as we read.
Dear Sir, as a resident of the Jackson Avenue area, now blighted by the opening of the so-called heavy rock music venue, I would like to protest on behalf of the whole neighborhood. Our lives are being ruined by a combination of sheer brutal noise and the unsavory gangs and drug takers it attracts. Where are the police? That's what we want to know. They'd better make their presence felt fast before some decent citizen is forced to take the law into his own hands. Dave Stang, 443 Jackson Avenue.
The grievance becomes real as we cut to the Heavy Club itself, drawing young people from all over Gotham. A group of teenagers on their way in are intercepted by older drug peddlers, promising them a good time. The exchange ends abruptly when Batman swoops in, delivering his particular brand of justice. As the teens flee, the older dealers are dragged into the alley. Batman reflects.
Kids too old for their youth, lost before they ever had a chance. Nothing I can do to change them. I can only punish, knowing that they'll never get the message.
A defeatist attitude, if there ever was one. Batman beats down those already beaten down by the system, by circumstance, neglect, and a lack of support determined long before they ever made a choice. Rather than delegitimize the system that produced them, Batman delegitimizes the people themselves. He protects those who haven't been lost yet, and writes off the rest. It feels fitting then that Batman infiltrates the Heavy Club just as a band named Solid Blood begins playing. He loathes the music, but waits patiently for his suspect, the band's frontman, Johnny Vomit. Elsewhere in Gotham, another pursuer moves. He darts through the city like a phantom, waxing philosophical as he goes. His cape flows like a muleta, daring Gotham to charge. As he approaches the club's back door, he reflects on a lesser-known philosopher, Scudder Clyce, and his book, Universe.
Using simple and easy physics, he solved the problems of age, sex, life, death, immortality, good, evil, and taxes. 18 publishers rejected it. But there was one golden nugget among the old bozo's dreck. He found the secret of the universe. The common man is always right. That's it. The secret of the universe. The voice of the people is the voice of God.
Inside, Solid Blood finishes their set, to Batman's relief. Johnny Vomit heads backstage, 3 aggressive associates eager to retrieve the drugs he smuggled inside his guitar case. Batman crashes the deal, only to realize these aren't street-level pushers. They're higher up the chain. One smashes the guitar case over Batman's head, giving Vomit time to flee with the drugs. Batman doesn't pursue. He doesn't have to. As Vomit stumbles into the alley, the cloaked figure steps into the light. Johnny recoils, then freezes as the figure speaks warmly.
Johnny Vomit? Hey, I didn't expect to meet you here. I'm a fan. Say, what's that you got there, Johnny? Smack. Not nice, Johnny. Not nice at all. You're a man with responsibilities. Your fans look up to you. They listen to you. They copy you. And now you betray them.
Another shock sends Vomit unconscious. The figure leaves behind a symbol and a message. Taped beside the Anarchy symbol is a torn clipping from the Gazette, the very letter protesting the Heavy Heavy Club. Police suspect black magic. Batman knows better.
It's a political statement, or rather, an anti-political statement. The symbol for anarchy.
Another vigilante has entered Gotham. One driven not by crime, but by philosophy. And the fact that it's anarchist, truly anarchist, unsettles Batman. To dismantle corrupt or outmoded institutions, perhaps he feels challenged. Batman investigates the letter's author as Gotham's new presence prepares his next statement. At the Bates chemical factory, poisoning the Gotham River. The vigilante reflects on another letter, this one from Mrs. Betty Turpin.
Our water so precious, so necessary is being poisoned. The people do not like it. Through Mrs. Turpin, they have raised their voices. I have heard them. And when the people cry out, their champion answers.
He incapacitates the guard and enters the factory. Meanwhile, Batman meets the real Dave Stang, an elderly woman who feared retaliation. Her fear is understandable, but her response, like Batman's, is misplaced. More control, more structure, more of the same. Stop the bleeding and hope the body heals, even as the wounds keep coming. Elsewhere, the masked figure confronts Mr. Bates himself.
It is admirable hard work, coupled with insatiable greed and total disregard for the environment that has made him the man he is today. The man the common people do not like.
Bates is forced to confront the poisoned water he profited from. On camera, the vigilante finally names himself.
Greetings, Gotham City. My name is Anarchy. I believe in the absolute freedom of the individual. I believe the present order must be abolished. I believe the voice of the people must be heard, listened to, and obeyed.
This is not chaos. This is delegitimization. Batman struggles with the implications.
My own methods aren't always legal, but there is a difference.
Yet he fails to see that the system has been violent all along, quietly, legally, and downward. From here, the pattern emerges. Letters to the editor, a banker's summit, a dictator's reception, and then Cardboard City. A new bank is built where the homeless once lived. The unveiling is vandalized with Anarchy's symbol. Police push the displaced away. One of them, an amputee named Legs, finally snaps.
That was our city, Cardboard City. It wasn't much, but it was all we had.
Even Bruce Wayne understands the truth. The land could have been housing. Instead, it's another monument to profit. Anarchy doesn't need to be present to change the conversation, but he soon will be. At the construction site, Anarchy rallies the displaced. They object. The law is against them. His response is the heart of this story.
Whose law? The law of the people? No, because you are the people. The law of the rich and powerful. The laws they made to keep you in your place.
Anarchy climbs into the bulldozer and tears down the fence. The homeless follow. For the first time, they are standing back up. Anarchy exults.
Not destruction for its own sake. This is a cleansing necessary.
Batman intervenes. The clash erupts. The mask is torn away, and beneath it is not a man, but a child. Lonnie Mackin. Exhausted, terrified, but unbroken. This is the revelation. Children have not yet learned the lie that power is unreachable. Lonnie hasn't been beaten down. Not yet. His innocence is his advantage. Batman sees himself in the boy.
He only wanted to set the world straight, and I can't find it in my heart to blame him.
It took a child to act. A child to see clearly. A child to refuse silence. Anarchy wasn't wrong. He was early. Anarchy is not the absence of order. It is the demand that power justify itself. And if it cannot, then it must be dismantled. So if a child can see injustice so clearly, what excuse do adults have in accepting it?